Alright, we're just out here getting a little bit of work done before this winter storm lands. Everybody's pretty worried about it. I don't think it'll end up being a real big deal. A lot of times the more they build a storm up, the less it ends up being. But in case we get some snow, I wanted to get some logs covered up with a tarp because I need something to run the saw on. And when I have my days off work for the holidays, I don't want them all covered in snow, so we're going to get them tarped off so I have something to do when I don't have to work all day. I'm just going to get these logs tarped off. That way I got some non-snow covered wood to run the saw on. But being out here getting stuff ready for the storm, I got a half-face cord of wood ready for one of my wife's friends that they're worried about losing power and not having any heat. And I've been selling a lot at my roadside stands lately. People worried about losing power, not having heat. They want that wood on hand. And it got me to thinking, you know what? There are a lot of people out there that have either recently started burning wood because of the increase in propane prices, natural gas, fuel oil, and whatnot. And there's also going to be a lot of people getting ready to try to burn wood in their indoor fireplaces or their stoves that they haven't used for a while because of this storm. So I think I'm going to head inside. We'll get Rachel and we'll tell you guys some of the key things we think you need if you want to heat with wood. There we go, that should hold the tarp in place. We'll have some non-snow covered wood to saw on, get the grapple thrown on the tractor and get this bucked up so we can run some more splitters. All right, let's go see what Rachel thinks are some of the most important things you need on hand if you want to heat with wood. All right, if you want to heat with wood, one of the first and most important things that you're gonna need is some wood. Rachel's friend got a hold of us and she said, hey, do you guys have any wood we can come by? Again, they're worried about losing power, not having heat. They've got some small children at home. And they said every time we buy wood from a stand on the side of the road, it's wet, it smokes a lot, it's dirty, it doesn't burn good. So I said, you know what, how much do you want? They needed just 1/6 of a cord, just a little bit for their indoor fireplace. So I threw together 1/6 of a cord for them. It's a nice mix. It's got some black locust, some oak, some cherry, some ash, a little bit of maple. Should be a nice mix for them. Should burn great. The oak has been sitting for 2.5 years split, covered in IBC tote. All this wood is seasoned, ready to go. Someone asked me the other day in one of my comments, what do you consider poor quality wood at roadside stands? Exactly that. Green wood doesn't burn good. Punky wood, cut to different sizes, huge splits, you know, all that goes into it. But I try to sell nothing but the best. I'm at a higher price than a lot of people in my area, but I'm still pretty much sold out. And I don't get to produce as much as some of you do. I do what I can so that we have enough to heat and I can sell some for some extra income. And I plan to keep getting bigger as the years go on. So first thing you're gonna need, you wanna heat with wood, it's some good quality wood. All right, I just got a package in the mail from Amazon and it's not something you absolutely need to burn firewood, but it's something that'll definitely be nice. And I've got a couple cookies here from one of our earlier videos when I cut a few large ash rounds down to 16 inches. This was just what was left over. I was just testing a saw, made a few cookies, but this is the type of stuff we burn in our home fireplace. So I'm gonna bust these in half with another tool that's nice to have, a hatchet or a wood splitting hatchet. This is the Norden N12 by Fiskars. And I'm going to go more in depth on this when I do my Fiskars axe review. They make a lot of great tools for firewood. This just showed up when I was doing this, so another tool that's nice to have if you're going to be burning and heating with wood. Why'd I buy the Norden N12? Because it looks sweet. I also like a wooden handle. They feel better in the hand, better when you're striking than the hollow handles that a lot of stuff comes with these days. And I think this thing's gonna be awesome. But again, I'll go more in depth on that in a future video when I review the Fisker's axes. But if you're gonna burn wood for heat, a nice little hand axe or hatchet is something that's key. You can make your kindling easy. A lot of other options, but these things can come in handy. Something small like this, nice, you can leave it in the truck. If you have to chop something, you can chop with it, you can split with it. I got it for when I test wood for moisture. I hated carrying the big long Fiskers around in the truck or out in the wood yard if I just wanted to test the IBC tote of wood to see if it's ready to burn. Now I've got this, I can split it down, hit it with the moisture meter, and we'll know if it's good to go. All right, here we are back inside, and we're gonna show you just a couple things that we think are essential or great options to have if you're burning wood for heat. First off, we used to just use regular leather gloves or whatever, but then I started using just these welding gloves. You can pick them up for a couple bucks, I think 10, 12 bucks a pair or so, and they keep you insulated from accidentally burning yourself when you're loading the stove, when you're cleaning the stove. It just helps keep your hands safe, and it's a cheap, easy option. You see the fireplace tool kits that people have with their fireplaces. They got the tongs in them, a little broom in them, a shovel. Out of all the kits we've ever had, all we ever use is this poker and then just a little hand broom. Because the big long broom, we don't use a whole lot. This, we can just sweep up stuff easy, get it into a pile and clean it up. And then this I just use to rake the coals to the front when it's burning and to spread it back out and to clear the this stove takes air in down here on the inside, so I'll use this just to clear that so it can keep good airflow. One thing that drove me crazy, because when you have a wood stove and you burn inside, you have to clean the ash out. The ash shovels that they make these days are so cheap and chintzy. It's like they're made out of recycled pop cans. You can bend them, they just don't have any strength to them. I picked this up at an auction. It's a NMC company, Chicago. It's an old coal or ash shovel, and this thing is solid. I was just looking it up the other day just to see if you could buy them, and you can't buy them like this anymore. There are some on eBay, but they're selling between $50 and $100. But if you can find something like this that's solid and doesn't flex and bend like the new modern day shovels, I would definitely pick up an ash shovel, but you're gonna need something to clean the ash out. And then you have to have a bucket to put it in. They sell little shovel kits. You can buy the little shovel and a little ash bucket. I just went with this galvanized Bayerins. It's bigger than the ash buckets that you buy, and it's got the little lid on it. So I'll just bring this in, gently shovel the ash in because it all likes to float away and make the house dirtier. But then I can get the lid on it and move it outside to where it can cool down, and then it'll get dumped into my ash pile. So a few key essentials if you're gonna burn wood for heat.
Okay, one of the best things that we have come out of this whole entire channel is these Hardworking Man fire starters. These things are amazing. I don't even know why we took so long to start making these ourselves. We used to have to use a torch to light the fires, and it was a long process that was miserable, especially if you had to start it from nothing. I hated it. So now you just stick this in there and put the wood on. Doesn't have to be anything special, and just light it around the edge and it takes off. It makes it super easy for everyone to be able to do it. The kids do it, no problems. We have revamped our process a little bit since the first time we started making them. If you want to check out how we used to make them, video number 63 will give you all the details that you need. But we're going to make a new one just detailing the things that we changed to make it just a little more effective. Another must-have if you're burning wood in your house is a humidifier. We have one that we use upstairs and one downstairs. It can get way too dry, staticky, your skin will be dry, the kids will get coughs. Like, you need to run a humidifier. And these fill up easy. We just use our utility sink, fill them up, or even my soaker tub has a really nice wand that will just fill it up. And they're a must-have. It will make it so much nicer when you're burning wood. All right, this is a little hidden gem that, again, took us way too long to get one of these. When you burn wood, it can be really dirty. You get lots of the bark that falls off and just remnants of wood. I mean, wood is messy, and I don't know about you, but I don't like messes in my house. So we just use this thing, sucks up any ash. This way you don't happen to ruin your house vacuum with all of this bark or nasty stuff sucking it up. So it's like a shop vac, but it's made for ashes, and it's amazing. We did a lot of research before we purchased ours, and we have been nothing but pleased with the one that we chose. We'll put a link in our description. So if you want to get one of your own, just click on the description. There'll be a link and it'll send you right over so you know the exact make and model that we use and love. Okay, another must-have, especially around Christmas time, if you burn wood and like to have a natural live tree, you need one of these tree waterers. It's simply a funnel that's taped onto a piece of PVC pipe. It's essential to keep your natural tree from drying out from the wood, and you just stick it in to the tree stand and then use your water. And look, no more crawling under the tree, getting your head all tangled in all the branches. It's so easy. It is easier than those fire starters, and it's amazing. It's the best job I've ever had. No. It just blends right in. No one can even notice it's there. It looks like an ornament.
Another huge thing you have to have, a smoke detector. You don't want to go to sleep and not get up. So
Yes.
Make sure you got working smoke detector.
Another thing that we have that we didn't ever used to have before, we were burning the wood all the time, is a special vent for our dryer that has water in it, and it puts back the humidity into our house instead of pumping it outside. And it just really helps with keeping the air more moist instead of so dry.
Only if you have an electric dryer. They cannot be used with gas. Or then you need a carbon monoxide detector so you don't die.
Yes, what he said. So hope you guys appreciated just a few tips, things that we have figured out throughout the years since we've been burning wood full time with our wood burning stove, and we love it. And if you don't burn wood or are thinking about getting an insert instead of a fireplace, 100% recommend it, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. We've lived here for 8 years. It's a pretty big house. We've bought propane 2 times in 8 years, and it's not cheap, and it gets more expensive every year. We just had 2 fireplaces in the house when we bought it. We put this wood burning insert in, which we'll bring to you in another video, but it's been amazing, and wood heat is the best heat.
Right. So if you have any tips and tricks that we didn't mention here that you think everyone should hear, drop them in the comments, and everybody can always learn something, right?
Check out our last video. Don't miss the next video. Have a great night.
Bye. You're recording?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Can't even see what it looked like. How do I know it's any good?
Because you're in it.
Okay, another must-have, especially around Christmas time, is this fire.
You can say that part. You got a prettier voice.
He does this every time. Bye.